All right, folks, what the hell is going on? Let me see if I can get myself. Probably should have got myself situated before I started recording. But anyway, I just felt like shooting a goddamn video. So, what I'm going to try to talk about is what shows am I going to watch? As of right now, end of June, we got Walking Dead, Dead City just started showing, and then we got Secret Invasion on Disney Plus. We just started showing. I won't see Dead City for a good long while. I really won't. I won't see that for a good long while because I don't have AMC Plus and all that shit. I got enough streaming services already. I don't need to be adding nothing on with that. But that's something that I would watch, but I probably won't watch that until it comes out on Netflix. If it does, because even on Netflix, there's some there's a Walking Dead, Tales of the Walking Dead or something like that they got out now that I haven't that I'm like, shit, it's a whole nother goddamn thing going on that I ain't, so they got that. I don't know where to, I'm gonna have to look up where to watch all this shit, because I might be able to watch it on Hulu. I think that's why I was watching Fear the Walking Dead, because the regular Walking Dead stuff and that other Walking Dead, World Beyond or some shit, I think that show follows a bunch of teenagers, and I don't give no shits about watching teenage nothing. So after I watched the synopsis on that show, I just kind of whatever. I don't really hear many people even referencing it, and I just watched a whole bunch of shows on The Walking Dead, like retrospectives and episode by episode analysis that cover all the fucking shit. You know what I'm saying? I just got through going through a whole bunch of that shit. So I basically just and then I watched some stuff that went through the whole comic book series. So I done been through, I done been through that whole series about 2 or 3 times. I've watched the episodes on the, on the TV about once, you know what I'm saying? But as far as just going through the whole goddamn series, I've gone through it about 3 times, just with the amount of content that I've watched on it. And then, but I'm online doing my normal everyday thing, avoiding those shows because everybody has just come out. Everybody's posting shit. You know what I'm saying? They gonna post their shit episode by episode. That's how they do it. And then even with the Secret Invasion Disney Plus stuff, it's gonna be a couple of months before I watch that because it's gonna be episode by episode. So, and I'm not gonna start watching that shit until it comes out, because when it come out, I'm gonna watch that shit straight through. That's how I like watching stuff. That's how I like watching stuff. It is what it is. I don't want to watch something and then wait for another week before, I don't. I know that's how stuff used to operate, but you got to think back in the day. Back in the day, it used to come out like that, but it was episodic. It wasn't. Wait a minute, am I getting my shit wrong? Yeah, it was episodic. It wasn't serialized. I think my vocabulary is be getting fucked up. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't no continuous storyline a lot of times with a bunch of shows that, back in the day, where you had to, watch weekly. Every week it was some different shit going on. It wasn't no, okay, here we go. Week to week, every week is a goddamn cliffhanger. It's all on the same goddamn shit. Who the fuck's supposed to be waiting? You know what I'm saying? It's like, shit, man, nah, I don't want to do that. So I just wait. I just wait. Watch it all at once, get it done. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Now, the stuff that I want to watch, that is those 2 shows that's out. I started watching the show Poker Face on Peacock with that big haired redhead, big haired redhead chick. You know, the Jewish New York talking motherfucker. She's in that. I think her name is Natasha something. If you watch Breaking Bad, the one that started off under God damn it, now not Breaking Bad. I'm thinking about all my shows mixed up. Orange is the New Black. The one that started off under Red, and she had the heroin problem, and you know the dyke, the dyke, like she was the only one. You know who I'm talking about, the redhead, big redhead. Well, apparently I've watched some shows after that with her in it, and she's one of those people that, I don't know, she seems like a stand-up comedian. I have to look her, I never actually looked her up. She seems like a stand-up comedian type of person because she plays the same character in everything she in. And usually when that happens, it's usually somebody that's a stand-up comedian, you know what I'm saying, that already got an established personality. So whatever they end up in, that's who they are. It's just a different name, different setting, but the character they play is that goddamn damn near the same. She's one of those people. You know, it's not like she can't emote and all this other stuff and do all the other stuff that actors do. It's just that I'm like, this is the same goddamn character. It's the same character. Because I watched her on the first show I saw her in, which, I mean, this big gaps in between there because, you know, Orange is the New Black was out a long ass time ago. I just happened to notice that she was in the show on Netflix called Russian Doll, which was, that was like an accidental click. You know what I'm saying? It's like it was up on the main thing with the preview showing. You know how Netflix do. And I recognized her face because I had just got through watching Orange is the New Black a couple of weeks or so earlier. I was like, that's that chick from such and such. She said, man, let me see what this. And that shit, I like that. The first season of that was good. Second season, not so much. The second season, not so much. The second season, the first season was interesting and good. You're like, okay, blah, blah, blah. There's some weird shit going on. Good. Second season, weird shit going on, but it felt like you was sitting in a history class, and I didn't like it much myself, the second season of it. I'm just like, whatever. But this show here, Poker Face, I got it on Peacock. And I can say it's one of them things. It was like Poker Face. I just happened to. But that's the chick. That's the chick that was on Netflix. You got a whole nother show. I'm like, okay. And I was like, I started watching this show, and I'm like, okay, this show might be a little bit better. It has the potential to be a little better. I watched the first episode, and then I backed off of it a little bit because it kind of, the way that they shoot it, it's kind of like, okay, well, I know what's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? If I'm gonna go through the rest of this season, 10 episodes or however many, I don't know how many episodes, you're gonna go through the rest of the season with the premise that's given to us right here, then, and the way the dialogue was going, it's just like, you look at what's going on and you hear the dialogue and you be like, you pretty much know how this is gonna end. Now they can do a whole bunch of shit to subvert all that during the way, but it made me lose interest to where I wouldn't sit there and watch about 3 or 4 episodes in a row. It's just like it seems like it's a setup for some cookie cutter type shit. But the fact they got Benjamin Bratt, you know, you recognize him if you see him. You know, he one of those type of people. He that guy. And then they got Adrian Brody, and then that Natasha chick, and then it's that other chick that was in I can't never remember her name. It's another chick that was in Orange is the New Black, and she was in this show too. She was in the Russian Doll too. She like one of those people that I'm like every time is she gonna be in every show that this, you know, I don't know. Nice looking woman though. Shit. She looked dumb in it. I guess, I mean, her character was kind of dumb and all. She's the new Black. It's just like, ugh. She just looked stupid by the face. You see him in some other stuff, and it's like, eh. Can people do that with their face? Can they just make their face look like they dumb? I guess she can because she does. She don't look stupid in anything else I done seen her in, but she looked dumb in that whole 7, 8, however many seasons of that. That whole character just looked dumb through that whole goddamn thing. Anyway, she's a nice looking woman though. I like it. I like why, I don't know. I kind of like when I'm just looking and I see people. I'm like, I remember her from that. Oh, I remember her from that. People out there doing shit. I don't know why that. I don't know why. Anyway, I like that. So yeah, Russian Doll is something I'm like, I'll end up watching it because right now I ain't really got nothing else to watch. I was thinking about stuff that I might want to rewatch, and do I really want to waste my time rewatching some shit? And I'm just like, probably not, because like all the Disney stuff, all the comic book movie shit, all that stuff, do I really want to rewatch that? Nah, I don't. You know, as far as the Disney Plus shows and some of the movies, I rarely watch them movies more than once, unless it's a reason to. I think the one I watched the most was Doctor Strange 2. I think I watched that movie like 3 times. And it wasn't because I wanted to watch the movie 3 times. I was actually doing a review on a movie. I was doing a review on a movie and I was getting talking points and stuff like that. So I ended up watching that movie like 3 times. And anything other than that, there's no reason for me to watch. Once I watch a movie, if I'll watch a movie twice if I seen it at the movie theater. I watch it at the movie theater. Like you said, my vision ain't worth shit. So at the movie theater, I won't hardly see nothing. And then I'll watch it once it starts streaming, so I can see what the movie actually is supposed to look like. Because what the actual movie is actually supposed to look like don't look like that to me at a movie theater. I won't see that until I'm sitting here in front of my TV screen. As far as the DC stuff, they don't, like I said, they don't have all that extra shit. They just got their movies, boom, they come out, you watch them, that's it. I might watch The Flash again once it starts streaming, and then so I can see what that movie actually supposed to look like, even though I don't think it's gonna look that much different. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, if The Flash come out, am I gonna watch it again? Maybe, or maybe I'll wait till they have a special edition of it. You know what I'm saying? Then watch that. I don't know. I started to go through the Netflix Marvel stuff, Jessica Jones, Daredevil, all that other stuff. I started to go through that shit. You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, I got part way through Jessica Jones before I started watching some other shit. Not some other stuff. I tried to say shit and stuff at the same goddamn time. Some other stuff, and I just never really got back to it. And I kind of like that. But the thing is, with those, you know, I don't want to have to do a whole bunch of shit, and I want to get my watching order, the shit in order, which ones I need to watch first. The only thing I know is that Jessica Jones was first, but then, you know, some of them got 2 seasons. So if I watch it, I want to watch it continuously to where I'm watching it in the order that it's supposed to be watched in. And I don't know that. That can probably be solved very easily by looking it up. But yeah, but then it's some shit that I don't want to watch, like Iron Fist. I don't want to watch Iron Fist. I think you can get along just fine watching all that shit instead of Iron Fist. That's like the only show out of all that shit that I'm just like, I don't want to watch. You know, Jessica Jones, Daredevil. What the fuck is a Daredevil? Daredevil, Luke Cage, The Punisher. And then you got fucking that's just some shit that's thrown in there. Even watching that at the time I was watching that, I'm just like, man, the Defenders, the part where they was all together, even that was okay. But the Daredevil stuff by itself was just a miss. What none of it a miss except for Iron Fist. I don't know if they just couldn't. I don't know. It's whatever. But yeah, I wanted to go through all of that, but no, I never got to it. And just think about it, I don't want to sit here. I've got enough problems from sitting around the house doing a whole bunch of nothing. I don't want to be sitting here parked in front of just trying to rewatch that shit when it really don't interest me that much. You know what I'm saying? It really don't. There's some parts where I'm thinking about it, like Luke Cage and all that stuff. I'm like, Luke Cage wasn't all that bad. You know what I'm saying? I really Luke Cage wasn't all that bad. And I think about that, all this shit, I'm like, Luke Cage wasn't that bad. The Punisher, I like the Punisher, even though it wasn't really a Punisher show, but it was Punisher enough. You can't have a real Punisher show. What, Cat? You can't have a real Punisher show. I mean, you can, but it's gonna be rated X or some shit. A real Punisher show would just be horrible to have on. I mean, you can do that on Netflix. A real Punisher show actually would be at home on somewhere like Max or HBO Max or whatever the fuck they call it. You know what I'm saying? That would be like a place to be like, okay, that's where the shit need to be. That's where Punisher need to be. On Disney Plus, just like nah. I just seen they issued a content warning for Secret Invasion. I read the headlines. I'm reading nothing else. Mature content. So Disney is going after, when you start looking at Disney shit now, because they got all these comic books that they using, all this source material that they using to bring all of this stuff to the big screen and to the small screen. And at the end of the day, you can't filter all of that. You know what I'm saying? Comic books are some nasty ass books in a lot of different ways. However many different ways you can interpret that word nasty, it is exactly accurate. It is. Comic books are gross and nasty and perverted and all that other stuff. And you got to put all this stuff out of, and adapt all these stories and leave a bunch of stuff. And you start leaving stuff out. Now, they ain't going to put none of that weird shit, you know what I'm saying, that might be happening there. But still, if you made an adaptation of a comic book just straight to the fucking movies, it would be beyond rated R. You know what I'm saying? It would have to be a rating. It would probably have to be unrated or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like it would be like 21 and up. You can't even be 18 and up to watch this movie. You have to be 21 and up to, it's one thing to read the books or whatever, blah, blah, blah. But if we're going to put this shit on screen, motherfucker, you got to be 21 and up. You have to be a verified adult. No teenagers, none of that shit. No barely teens and nothing. Yeah, so I'm still trying to figure all that out, man. What the hell I want to watch, because what I'll do is I'll hop on, I'll click through each one, like, and then shows that I want to watch it. It's just like, okay, I got access to, like, Tulsa King. I wanted to watch Tulsa King, and I got it. It's on one of those things I have. Ain't start watching it. Then I got the Star Trek shit. That's one of the things, you get overwhelmed with stuff to watch. I know Strange New Worlds is supposed to be coming out, or has it come out? I don't know. I try to stay away from shit. And I like the Star Trek shit, except for that Prodigy stuff, that Nickelodeon shit. You can keep that. But everything else, I'm like, shit, yeah, bring it. And I'm caught up as far as that's concerned. The only thing I'm waiting to see is fucking Strange New Worlds. See what they, when they come out in full. When they say full season is now streaming, I will fucking watch that shit. Anyway, I don't even feel like fucking with that over there. Goddamn game idle and then turned off. You got the idle music playing, which I don't much care for. But anyway, what was next? Of stuff that I wanted to watch. I don't know. I watched AJ and the Queen on fucking. That was a random ass watch, and I watched that one day. AJ and the Queen on fucking Netflix, and that's some shit that I'm just like, it was entertaining enough. You know what I'm saying? It was entertaining enough. If I managed to watch it through the whole whole way through, it was entertaining enough. But what I haven't got all the way through was the from there I ain't gonna be able to think of the name of it. Was the little series that Arnold Schwarzenegger, Arnold. He had that series out on Netflix. I watched about 4 episodes of that. Never went back to it because I don't know, man. Watching that show was just like, okay, everything I'm seeing here, there's certain stuff that it's a show that really don't take itself all that seriously, so it is what it is. But everything I'm seeing in this show, Cat, you gonna have to be still or go sit down somewhere. Everything I'm seeing is like shit I done seen before. I know y'all know what I'm talking about. It's just like you watching the show and it's like all these jokes I done heard before. This plot I done seen before. This is just what they call it. It's derivative or whatever the fuck. It's just like, it's samey. It's a new show that I'm watching. It's samey as hell. I'm just like, it didn't hold my interest for long. I might go back to it, but man, I done passed up a whole lot of stuff and sat around and did a whole bunch of nothing instead of going and finish watching it. And I just didn't want to. I just didn't want to. I might, I'll go back to it. Did I add anything else on Netflix? I have no goddamn idea. I go through Netflix, I don't know what half that shit is, and just like, what is this? And I'm gonna sit here and watch it. You gotta sit there and watch something for about 30 minutes before you can figure out if you want to watch it or not. Some shit like I seen some Resident Evil stuff on there. A couple of different Resident Evil shows on there. Not the little Mila Jovovich, or however the fuck you say her fucking name. Not her movies, but it was some other Resident Evil shit on there, and I picked one. One is animated, one is not. I picked the one that wasn't animated. I think I got both on the list. The one that wasn't animated, and it just, after like 10 minutes, I was like, I was like, I don't know what this is. It say Resident Evil up there, but I don't know what this is. I ain't one of those people that can be like, this is, big Resident Evil fan and all this other stuff. Nah, but I've played a couple of the video games and I've seen all the Miller movies, but even then, I don't remember all the movies. I was surprised that it was like 6 of them motherfuckers or some shit like that. I'm like, God damn. But I've seen all of them, and I don't remember shit other than the first one when that black dude got fucked up by them lasers. Other than that, I can't tell you a motherfucking thing. They all just, after they all go together. I just know that fucking Mike Epps is in one. That was it. That's, I couldn't tell you shit. But, Cat, come on now. You gonna do that right here where I'm at? Kitty grooming. Anyways, none of that could hold my interest because it started looking stupid before it started. I might go back to it, I might not. It's a couple of shows that like that on there. It's just, I'm watching it. started looking stupid, and then I'm just like, okay, this looks like it's about to get dumb. So let me just go get out now, because I'm not liking this at all. And I can't really think. I think I might have added a few more things on there. As far as the other ones, like Max, it's only like specific shit that I watch on Max, and I don't watch all the comic book DC cartoons, and I don't watch all that shit. Every once in a while they have a movie to come out on there, but all the movies that are on there, they got good movies on there, but they are old as shit I already seen before years ago. As far as the new stuff that they have on there, it's all up for me. And the new shit, some of the new stuff that they brought out on there, I don't even want to talk about Velma, but some of the new stuff that I put on there, like what's that fucking god damn it, what's that goddamn? It say DC on it. And it's like Demilitarized Zone or some shit. DZ, I think it is. And I watched that shit and I was like, this is bad. And the show itself wasn't bad. It was uninteresting. Just put it like that. It was uninteresting. That just, I can leave it just on me. I'm pretty sure some people watched that shit and was like, woo, this is awesome. I doubt it, but somebody could have. But I watched it and I was just like, nope. Just like Naomi, a show on HBO Max, which is just Max now, about this young black girl, high school black girl, and then find out she has like superpowers or shit like that. And I thought that was gonna be like like I say, I don't like teenage shit. I watched that shit was good. You know what I'm saying? That shit was good. It wasn't stupid or silly or no shit like that. Well, no more than any other show would be. I thought it was just gonna be some stupid high school shit all the whole goddamn time, and no, it wasn't. But I also tried to watch Stargirl, which another young superhero thing, and I didn't much care for that at all. I only got a couple of episodes into that, and I hate shows with like kids and children that just straight up just disrespect adults and don't do it. That shit irritates the fuck out of me. And that show start off with that shit. So, and it got Luke Wilson in it. Not that he like some special dude, but I'm like, it got Luke Wilson in it. I'm like, I can watch that. Would I finish watching it? Probably not. Do I need to finish watching it? Probably. Because if the way that it is, it would have been tied in to the DC universe, which is being rebooted now, so it probably don't mean shit now. But that girl was in a cameo or something. I don't remember what, but I was like, hey, that's the girl, that's the Stargirl shit. And I'm like, she's in this, just a cameo, just a boop, just. I'm like, huh? It's weird. But yeah, you got to keep your eyes open for certain shit, and sometimes you got to click on stuff like Naomi. I read that it was based on some Superman shit, even though you never really see Superman other than like a little or something like that. You know how they do it. When Superman is around in that universe, but they never really show him. If they do, you might see some blue and maybe some red flickering off somewhere, but you never really actually see Superman. You just see like the remnants of what they did or something. It's kind of like that. And yeah, they had like Thanagarians in there and all kind of shit. And I was like, okay. I said, they got Thanagarians in here, and okay. Because you don't really see Thanagarians that much. You just don't. You know what I'm saying? And then this is like a Thanagarian in this. That's, I'm just like, all right, let's see what we got here. And it wasn't silly. I liked it. It was nice. But yeah, you got it. you got to keep your eyes open. All the rest of the shit like Paramount Plus, I think that's where my Star Trek stuff is, and then you got Peacock, where it's stuff on there. It is. I think I was looking on Peacock, and it was just like, I'm looking, I'm like, man, it's about 20. I don't know. It's 2 new fucking Law and Order shows. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I've been wanting to catch up on SVU, you know, for a while, because that was the main one I watched. I watched almost all of this shit from way back in the day up until a certain point in SVU. Even the ones like Criminal Intent and that shit. Watched all of that, all the different little main actors they done had in that shit, you know, and fucking SVU up until I don't even know what goddamn season I was watching that, and then and that was several years back. Now, you know, I'm going through Peacock and I'm like looking, I'm like, man, they got this, because I think the Stabler guy got his own goddamn show, from what it looked like, at least from the little trailer I looked, because he was on I think that at one point he went back to SVU, now he got his own goddamn show, and I forget the name of it. Was it Organized Crime or some shit like that? I know it was Organized Crime was one of the shows, and then there was another one that had a different name, and then they still got SVU, and I'm just like, shit. God dang it, man, it's a lot. You know what I'm saying? It just they be wanting to keep your eyes glued to the goddamn screen, and you just have to be like, nope, I got other shit to do other than sit here and watch this shit. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You do. You have to be. I got other shit to do other than sit here and watch this shit. You know what I'm saying? I wish I was caught up on all of that. If it wasn't just me, you know, just sitting around by myself, if I had somebody that was like interested in the same shit that I watch, because I know people, but we watch different shit, you know. Like, is there somebody that I can just sit around and watch The Walking Dead with? Nah, no. You know what I'm saying? Most of the people watch some of the shit that I watch, but you know, The Walking Dead, not so much. All the people that watch that shit, but I ain't got nobody I can sit around and watch The Walking Dead with. Do I got somebody I can sit around and watch Star Trek and shit like that with? Nope. None of that shit. You know, will we have other shows in common? Probably, but not the shit that not the shit that you just get into. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't watch no fucking House of Dragons and no Game of Thrones and that shit. I tried to watch that and I was like, this shit don't interest me at all. But this motherfuckers out there watch the hell out of that shit. I don't care for it. I'm just like, nope. I don't want to watch this. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I don't want to watch this. I tried to watch. I didn't get into the Game of Thrones shit, but the House of Dragons shit came out, and I was like, one episode maybe. I don't even know if I made it through a whole episode. That one episode I watched, that one dude, I guess he was like the villain away. That motherfucker was pissing me off to the point where I didn't want to watch the show no more. Guess he did a good job. I guess he did a good goddamn job. I ain't even want to watch the show. I'm like, man, this motherfucker here. God damn. And I get like that sometimes too. But as far as new stuff, man, you just got, you know, it's stuff that's coming. It's gonna be months, maybe next year for the main shit that I watch. You know what I'm saying? You know, The Walking Dead and Star Trek. Fuck that. You know, that's it. And if I'm on YouTube, the way YouTube is, it shows. Well, it ain't that much Star Trek shit on there no more, but you know, it's all Walking Dead shit. It'll be some Breaking Bad, maybe some Better Call shit to pop up on my goddamn screen, because like I did with The Walking Dead, I done sat and watched. You go to one of them channels, them super fans, where they done did the whole retrospective and every character analyzed and ranked and every episode and all this. I watch that shit. I'm one of them people that watch that shit. And I you know, if I like a show, like I did it, the last show I did it for was Breaking Bad. watched all this shit. I'm not gonna watch Breaking Bad again. I'll watch a show about Breaking Bad, but I will not watch Breaking Bad. I done went through Breaking Bad once or twice. I watched it once by myself, and then I watched it a second time with somebody that hadn't seen it before. And we sit there and watched all that shit together. When I watch it again, no, because the more I watch it, the more you start picking up on shit, and the more the shit actually piss you off. If you sit and watch that shit and see how much goddamn money motherfuckers fuck off in that goddamn show, it will piss you off. It will piss you the fuck off. It's just like, goddamn, motherfuckers go from having money to not having money like it ain't shit. Over dumb stuff too. It's just like, goddamn, I got all this money, I can't do nothing with it. Spend it, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to put all this money in the goddamn bank, motherfucker. I guess there are certain risks if motherfuckers know you got that money, but it ain't nothing stopping you from just having, your wad of cash, and you want to do something, you just go somewhere and pay for that shit cash and go on about your goddamn business. You know what I'm saying? If I got a goddamn several $1 million in cash, I don't even know how the fuck that would look. I really don't. I don't even know how the fuck that would look. Several $1 million in cash. But, I would have somewhere where that money would be. I know you just can't go sticking shit like that off into the bank like that. I don't know much about none of that shit, but I know you really can't go doing that shit. Not when the whole government and everybody got access to your bank accounts and all the other shit, because they do. That's why if you got to fill out any information that requires you to enter your bank accounts and all this other shit, and your social security numbers and all that, it's just whatever accounts you got, they got access to it. They do. It's just, it is what it is. Yeah, I mean, shit, you just pay for shit by cash, man. Fuck shit. But the first time through that show was nice. Second time through it, I was just like, man, this is. And then you start watching the character analysis and shit on that, and it's just like, okay, I don't like Walt no more. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how many people got through the first time in a movie and they, you just watching and going along with everything. And once you get into the goddamn show, you don't like Walt. Walt is the villain of that motherfucking show. Especially once you get tied into other characters. And then I did the same thing with Better Call Saul, where I went through a Better Call Saul. And by the time that ended, I ended up on one of the channels that of a fucking Better Call Saul fan, like a motherfucker, where he had all the characters and episodes and all this other stuff analyzed each episode. His analysis of the episodes longer than the episode the goddamn self. Went through all that shit season by season. I ain't have shit else to do. I had that shit playing while I'm doing stuff. And then it's like, okay, here we go. We're looking at this shit, and I'm just like, man, going through Better Call Saul, it's just like, I don't even know if I like that show or not. You watch that show because of your nostalgia or your love for Breaking Bad. You better, I got to spin off of Breaking Bad. I'm gonna go, oh shit, Better Call Saul. Let me go watch this, and then Better Call Saul come. Anything, and I'm just going from beginning all the way to the season finale. Anything that had anything to do with Better Call Saul, anything that had anything to do with Jimmy McGill or Saul Goodman was nothing I wanted to see. It just, that's how it was. They should have, that show could have got spent off from that. And you know what? You know what would have been better? Now that I'm on it, if they'd have just took Gus and did a prequel and just called it Desert Cartel or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Just have it called Desert Cartel instead of Better Call Saul, because Better Call Saul was ass. The best parts of that movie is the shit that had to do with the Mexican cartel. Not movie, that show. You know what I'm saying? The best parts of that is the stuff that had to do with the Mexican cartel. Even a little bit that Saul was involved in. You know what I'm saying? But the stuff that between his brother and all that and the law firm and all that other shit, man, that shit was boring and I didn't like none of that shit. I didn't like none of it. And the way they ended the show with Saul Goodman, post Breaking Bad, I was ready for the show to go off because that shit didn't interest me at all either. And, once the cartel arc ended, I could just stop watching. I don't give no shits what happened after that. You know what I'm saying? I really don't. It just, I didn't care. I didn't care. It didn't interest me at all. Him and that girlfriend of his or whatever the fuck, girlfriend was kind of interesting, but she kind of floaty back and forth. It's just, she got an interesting character. But that whole, but if it didn't have nothing to do with the goddamn cartel part of the shit, which is by far the best part of the goddamn show, they could have just did the whole show about the Salamancas and Gus and Mike, and you probably would have had to have some other shit going on where you wouldn't just focused on those characters just a little bit and be like, that's it. The whole Saul Goodman thing, whatever. But anyway, like I said, overall the show was okay, but I didn't care for it other than the cartel parts. Would I rewatch that show? Fuck no, I wouldn't rewatch that show. I wouldn't rewatch that show. I'll watch a show about it if it was some shit I hadn't seen before, because you get some insights on what's going on, you know what I'm saying, behind the scenes, or you get some insights on what's happening in the actual show, the stuff that you don't pick up and stuff like that, because most people don't pick up everything that's going on in the show, like Easter eggs and all this other kind of stuff, item placements and all kind of stuff like that you have to be looking for. You know what I'm saying? You have to be looking for it. You'd have to be sitting there like this in the screen, pausing every fucking 2 seconds, you know what I'm saying, to look and analyze everything that's in the fucking, like, man, get the fuck out of here. And people do that. They do it all the time with every movie. I was fit to say the comic book movie. They do it with all the goddamn movies, but that's mostly what I see. And that's what it is, man. And people analyze the hell out of it, and I won't see none of that shit. I won't notice none of it unless I go to the videos and look. Such and such. This right here is a reference to such and such first movie that he made, black and black and black. Like, why is this shit in the movie to start with? Motherfuckers is out here putting shit in here. Like shit right here, motherfuckers be sitting here just blah, 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 man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's a box of incense that he had when he was 7 years old. And it reminded him of something. Damn, them things smell good too. But anyway, like shit, get the fuck out of here, man. Like now, I will be going to bed soon. I got King of the Hill playing. King of the Hill been playing like on this computer while I'm playing my video game and sleep and shit. It literally been playing for like the last couple days. What the fuck? So, and it's in the later seasons of King of the Hill, which the writing ain't all that great. It ain't like the first couple seasons, the first handful of seasons or whatever is pretty good. Somewhere up in there, I forget which, the goddamn writing change up a little bit. I mean, the writers change up, and then Hank become an asshole, he kind of become a dick. It's not as good. It's not as good Uh, I know this is later on in the season because it's the ratio. It's not the square ratio anymore. It's a little bit wider now. Yeah, that's generally when you know shit is not as good as it could be. It's still some entertaining stuff in there, but for the most, the characterizations of the guy, I can't never say that shit right. The characterizations of the show. Every time I say that, it sounds like I'm having a stroke. Just kind of change and go off on some other shit. Like the new writers that they got in, just, you watch the show, and then you got characters doing, I know this shit is episodic or whatever the fuck, but you got characters doing shit that's not consistent with, how they was early in the show. Like, you got Hank and Peggy when they went to wherever the fuck up north, Dakotas or whatever, they went to the little motorcycle shit. When they was having their little marital problems, and they got a motorcycle and was riding all the way to the little bike festival or whatnot. And that's all well and fine. You know what I'm saying? That's all well and fine. But I'm like, y'all do remember that y'all got her riding a motorcycle, but y'all don't remember that Peggy couldn't even ride a bicycle because she rode horses. You know what I'm saying? She rode horses when she was young. She didn't ride a bicycle, and she couldn't ride a fucking bicycle. She couldn't ride a bicycle. Now, did she learn how to ride a bicycle? I don't know. Because I'm thinking, did she ride a bicycle in that Thanksgiving episode? She might have. I don't know. But I'm like, she go from not being able to ride a bicycle to fucking riding a motorcycle around and shit. I'm just like, come on, dude. And then, they go back and forth with Bobby. Bobby go from being pretty goddamn bright to a fucking dumbass. Like, I'm like, man, if you just watch a couple of episodes, there's no reason why Bobby would react or do some dumb shit like this when he was like this in previous episodes. And that's how we can't what? I don't know what you want. You reaching for my hand. What is it? You want to scratch? I got to get the brush because you got some little scabs over here. I'm going to get the brush when I get finished recording, and then see if we can smooth some of this out, okay? Probably some shit she can't scratch. It is what it is. Yeah, I'll do it. When I'm done, I get you. Just chill out. Anyways, I will get my my other cartoon stuff. It's a bunch of shit I want, like Family Guy. I don't even remember what season of fucking Family Guy. And the thing about that is, that's some shit that I'll have to sit down and watch. I can't have that. I can't have it playing in the background like King of the Hill is now, because I done been through the King of the Hill however many goddamn times. I can have it playing in the background. I can't have Family Guy playing in the background episodes I haven't seen before. You know what I'm saying? You just kind of got to see the shit. You know what I'm saying? That's. But I don't remember what season. You know what I'm saying? I don't remember what season. I mean, I am many seasons behind. Not no 2, 3, or 4 either. I'm many seasons behind. So yeah, that's something else on the watch list. Where I want to watch American Dad, some stuff I was watching that. I hadn't watched any new episodes of American Dad since it moved to TBS. So, I'm not even caught up on that. And I like American Dad. It's just that I think at a certain point I couldn't watch all that stuff. I think I had started working another job to where I wasn't able to keep up with all that stuff. But Dude, it's on Hulu. I'm watching King of the Hill on Hulu now. That stuff might be on Hulu. I think the American Dad and the other shit might be on Hulu that I never ever fucking use other than to watch fucking King of the Hill. I never even scroll. I know it's on there, but I just never do it. It's just whatever, man. You know, because I know do I really feel like sitting down watching American Dad or Family Guy? Nah, I really don't. But it's right up my fucking alley. You know, it feel like if I do it, it feel like I'll be watching some old shit. You know, it feel like I'm watching it, but I'll be watching some new shit. But I have to have a good setup to where I'm sitting down. I gotta get out of binge mode, because I be like, do I really want to sit down and watch 25 episodes of this shit in a row? No, just watch a couple episodes and go by and do something else. You know what I'm saying? I'm so used to just binging and watching through every goddamn thing that if I can't, I don't even start. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. My brain don't exactly work at full capacity all the time. You know, it don't work at full capacity all the time. Like right now, I should be asleep, but I had a long ass nap earlier. I know I'm gonna have to get up in the morning at some point. Just to keep my own shit, I'm gonna have to get up in the morning at some point. Hopefully, I don't fall asleep during the goddamn day, which I am gonna do. I don't know why I'm saying I hope I don't. And what I need to actually start doing is writing shit down, make a checklist of shows that I want to keep track of and watch. Cause just adding them on my queues and shit like that don't mean nothing, because I'll just not go to it. Goddamn cat shit. You know what I'm saying? I'll just not go to it. It's just like Netflix. Well, shit, I can add some shit on Netflix, but hell, I might go a week without logging on to Netflix. You know what I'm saying? I might go a week without logging on to Netflix, and if I go a week without logging on to Netflix, by that time, I don't even remember if I added something, if I was watching anything on there or not. By that time, as soon as I hop on Netflix, some new shit at the top they trying to get me to watch. Man, what's this? It's some new shit. Nah. It's the same for everything else. There's some new shit? Oh. Like it's a movie on Peacock, along with Poker Face, that I added. That's when I added that when I watched fucking Knock at the Cabin. I watched the Knock at the Cabin, and I did a review on that. You can watch it if you want. It's on the channel. It's not too far back. Knock at the Cabin. Yeah, when I added that, it's another movie. It's a movie about some Indian folks. That's all I can fucking tell you. It looked like a Kung Fu Indian movie from the previews I was watching. It looked like a Kung Fu Indian movie. And you gotta, that's just from what I can remember. But the previews made it look like it was interesting. And then there had some Indian folks in it, which I'm like, okay, it's an Indian movie, but it wasn't like straight Bollywood. It looked like Bollywood food. You know what I'm saying? I was like, want to do some Kung Fu shit or something? It looked interesting. So eventually I'll watch that, because it's just a movie. Sometimes I want to watch just the fucking movie. If I'm looking for stuff to watch, it'll be a bunch of interesting shit pop up, but it'll be a fucking series. Nope, don't get me started on those series. Because if I watch a series and it's interesting, I'm going to want to keep watching it, and it's going to throw my whole goddamn equilibrium off to where my hours is all fucked up. No, I just want to watch it. I want something that lasts for an hour and a half, 2 hours. That's it. I don't want to see nothing else. Let me go, goddamn it. So yeah, I got that. If there's any other suggestions, just leave them down in the comments. Give me some goddamn interactions or something going on here. Cat, don't stop scratching up my office chair. Get some interactions and shit going on here. Just leave some stuff down in oh goddamn, I can't even say it, in the comments as far as movies and shows. Most of which I probably will not find interesting at all because people suggest shit all the goddamn time, and it's like I don't watch reality TV. You know what I'm saying? Anything but $1 Million Bride or all those reality dating games and Real Housewives of whatever the fuck city and all that. I don't watch none. Big Brother. I don't watch none of that shit. I don't find none of that shit entertaining, and I actually think lesser of people that watch it. I do. I'm sorry. Sorry, I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm so sorry. It's just I don't care. It's just man. People that watch that stuff, it puzzles the fuck out of me. I'm like, why would you watch that? But I will sit and watch a documentary on some history shit that will bore the fuck out of everybody. It bored the hell out the people that was making it, but I will sit there and watch it. So everybody got their thing. You know what you watch? I like documentaries. As far as reality TV, you know what I watch as far as reality TV? The First 48, Hoarders, and in the past I've watched My 600 Pound Life or whatever the fuck that show is like that. But that wasn't 100% me. I was sharing the TV with somebody that also watched that stuff, but we also watched First 48 and shit like that. So, that I'll watch. First 48 I'll watch, even though I hadn't watched any lately. And Hoarders, I'll watch some of that. I tried to watch Hoarders like last week or something. I got like not even halfway into an episode before I got an itch to do something else, play my game or some shit. But it was sometime I don't be want to watch that stuff. It's not always entertaining. It's like those people are fucking nuts. Cat, what are you tearing up? Those are my envelopes. Why are you tearing my envelopes up? You need to spank it. Goddamn cat. Anyway, I'm gonna catch y'all later. I'm gonna go get this cat a fucking sleeping pill or something. Shit. Bye.